Good day everybody, and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV guide. This time, we'll be going over how to efficiently take part in the Gold Saucer Active Time events, or gates for short. Participation is rewarded with generous amounts of MGP, and provide an excellent venue for obtaining items such as the Fenrir's Mount in a more casual manner. So without further delay, let's get right into it. Gates are short-timed events inside the Gold Saucer, similar to fates from the outside world. They occur at every 15 and 45 minute mark at each real-life hour, and participation must be confirmed by speaking to the appropriate NPCs. At the 15-minute mark, we have Cliffhanger, a jumping puzzle minigame, Pervaiz Off, a tag-type delivery minigame, and Skin Change We Can Believe In, an NPC hunt-type minigame. At the 45-minute mark, we have The Time of My Life, a copycat type event where you imitate emotes performed by other NPCs, and Any Way the Wind Blows, a mostly luck-based event where you attempt to resist being blown out of the arena by Typhoon. Now, let's go over these events in a bit more detail. In Cliffhanger, your goal is to reach the top of the jumping puzzle, all while avoiding exploding bombs and performing tricky jumps. Execution is mostly straightforward, but there are a few tricks to keep in mind for certain segments. Firstly, consider toggling walk mode when attempting to escalate stairways to avoid jumping too far. And secondly, jumping at an angle allows for a larger margin of error when dealing with smaller platforms. But fear not, if you fall off the puzzle, simply speak to the NPC again for another try. For Pervaiz Off, you will be tasked with delivering vases to up to 3 NPCs scattered across the Gold Saucer, but roaming bandits will also attempt to steal these vases from you, sending you back to the starting point. The bandits themselves can be avoided by sidestepping their frontal cone line of sight. In most cases, it's more beneficial to hug walls, so you don't have to keep track of multiple bandits at once. Most bandits will roam in random directions, but never stray too far from their spawning locations. Once they've turned around, there is a moderate amount of time until they'll turn around again. Use this window to sneak past them. Patrolling bandits will also make appearances in narrow corridors and pathways, sometimes forcing you to wait until they've gone past you before proceeding. It's worth noting that falling off great heights will also cause the vases to break, limiting our options when traversing the saucer. And of course, aetheryte traveling may not be used either. The upper floor of the Wonder Square is filled with patrolling bandits, so instead of attempting to cross it, it's easier to head back down to ground level and do it from there. The fountain can be used to propel us straight to the final NPC, completing the event without having to deal with most of the patrolling bandits. In Skin Change We Can Believe In, you will be tasked with identifying what NPC looks identical to the one that initiates the event. The differences can be as minor as mismatching accessories, facial traits, equipment color, or even muscle tone. Unfortunately, there isn't much of a trick to this one, so you should take a few minutes to closely examine each NPC and filter them by process of elimination. Keep in mind that this specific event cannot be reattempted upon failure, so choose wisely. For The Time of My Life, you must memorize the pattern in which NPCs perform emotes, and execute them in the same order. Firstly, only the emotes shown in your hotbar will be used for that session, so you don't need to worry about memorizing every single emote in the game. Secondly, look for a dancer NPC of the same race and gender as yours. This will make it easier to recognize emotes, as animations are different across the many types of characters in the game. The NPCs themselves will perform emotes in sets of 4. After the announcer's cue, proceed to execute the same 4 emotes as the Lords of the Dance. This pattern will repeat 4 times, for a total of 16 emotes, of which only 12 need to be executed correctly for a pass. In Any Way the Wind Blows, your goal is to survive 5 waves of Typhoon's destructive gases. Getting hit by any of them will immediately fail the event, even if it doesn't knock you off the platform outright. This gate is mostly luck-based, and no location is safe from Typhoon's hits. However, certain spots are less likely to be hit than others. One of them is to the south of the arena, in between the two cactuars printed on the ground, where the wing markings converge. But remember, just like in real life, no place is safe from gases, so locate the spot and hope that Typhoon's terror doesn't find your way. And that'll cover all the gold saucer gates for this guide. In upcoming guides, we'll be having a closer look at the triple triad and how to efficiently farm MGP using the other minigames in the gold saucer. But until then, this has been Grail, and I hope to see you next time.